Hey everyone. So it should not be a surprise that there's a lot of FOMO about the Nintendo Switch 2, but I do think that fear of missing out is justified. Like many of you, I pre ordered the Switch 2, but I did not care about getting the console on launch day. I just wanted to get the console within the first 6 months or so. But I know that over the last few decades, whenever a big games company like Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, or Sega back in the day, there's always a shortage. They just don't have enough consoles to meet demand. And then what we see is all the consoles get snapped up by scalpers, they get sold on eBay, etc. It happens every time. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to happen in your country. Maybe it's going to be okay. But Nintendo have posted about the situation in Japan, and they received 2.2 million applications in Japan alone, and I suspect that figure is going to rise. And what they've been doing is running a lottery sale to try and make it fair as to who gets a console and who doesn't. They've got a first lottery sale and then they're going to do other ones. So that's fair in Japan, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people incredibly annoyed in Japan that they can't get their hands on a Switch 2. But Nintendo are doing something fair with their own distribution. Yes, they do work with partners, they do work with retailers, and they've obviously allocated a number of Switch 2 consoles for all of their partners, Amazon, big tech stores, etc. But as far as selling through the Nintendo store itself, then I think they're doing something very fair. You'll see here, this is the UK website, and they've got pre-orders for the Nintendo Switch 2 open from the 8th of April, a few weeks before North America. But if you look down here, you'll see that the initial invitees are based on the following criteria. Nintendo Switch Online membership status. Has been a Nintendo Switch Online member for at least 2 years continuously by the 31st of March 2025. Playtime. The person has spent a certain amount of time playing purchased paid Nintendo Switch games, prioritizing those with more playtime. And I'm not sure I agree with this part, but those who share usage information with Nintendo and is opted to share usage information. And the last factor here is someone who has received email messages from Nintendo, opted into promotional emails. Now, what I would say about this criteria here is that I agree with the Switch membership being a factor. I agree with the playtime being a factor. Not so much sharing usage and not so much opting out of, opting in to promotional emails, because I think there's a lot of people that play a lot of games, but they might just, unsubscribe from the emails because they don't like spam, they don't like receiving a lot of emails. But I do think that Nintendo are handling that particular way of distribution through their website. I think that's fair. Now, I'm saying that's fair as someone who doesn't meet that criteria. I let my Nintendo Switch Online subscription expire about a year or so ago, and I do get the Nintendo emails, but I don't think I've put in enough hours to be considered. I mean, I play Zelda every so often. I sometimes play some other games on the Switch, but I mostly play it on Xbox just now, if I'm honest. So I don't meet that criteria. It's going to be a long time before Nintendo email me to say buy a Nintendo Switch 2. But I think that's a fair way to handle it. Obviously, retailers are not going to do that. They're, probably going to be, first in, first out. Whoever applies for a Nintendo Switch 2 will get it until it's sold out. So yeah, there's not much you can do about that. We'll still see scalpers. We'll still see, people selling it online, and the panic will go kind of crazy towards Christmas. But I do think that what Nintendo are doing there is smart, and I do think it's fair. I'd love to hear your thoughts on all of this, guys. So as always, please do post a comment below, give me your opinion of it. If you've enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And until next time, take care.